Okay, we're going to begin. Welcome to the class once again. Today we're going to do blind yoga. And the blind part is optional. The way it works is you discipline yourself to see if you can keep your eyes closed through the whole practice, no matter what we do. So you'll rely more on your sense of hearing and your sense of touch with feeling around where you're at. So you have a small boundary, 2 foot by 6 foot space on the floor, your yoga mat. So you want to feel around where you're at to know where you're at all times. And then pay attention carefully to what I'm instructing on for you what to do. So as usual, I don't really call out position names that often. I'll say put your foot here, your hand there, and you can work the class like that. Now, if you want to keep your eyes open, you can. Or if you feel like you're going to fall, definitely open your eyes so you don't hurt yourself. But it's a neat practice. It's a challenge to go through life in that way. And anytime we create something different for ourselves, it always feels good. So think of this like a journey, going through a dark forest, feeling your way through and not being afraid of anything, just simply going with the flow. All right, let's go ahead and lay down on our backs. Right now, start off with a few easy breaths. Begin to breathe long, slow, and deep, in and out through your nose. Allow your breath to be longer, slower, more full and complete than your usual everyday breath. Slowing things down with the breath, relaxing your body, just tuning into noticing how you feel. Noticing the surface below, how it's supporting you. And as we move through the practice, feel free to modify anything along the way. Always pay attention to what your body's telling you. And we want to have the body and mind work with each other, not against each other. So no need to force or struggle. Travel into these positions, doing your very best. Okay, so right now, with eyes still closed, I'm going to assume you're keeping your eyes closed, so I'll direct the class like that. Let's place the feet flat on the floor with your heels close to your rear end, and then reach straight to the back of the room with both your arms. Continue to reach as far as you can. If you want to go further, raise your hips up off the floor. Continue to reach a little further, maybe rock side to side a little if that helps. Squeezing your rear end upward. Let's take 3 to 5 breaths all the way in, all the way out. Okay, slowly lower your hips down and then draw your knees up towards your chest and rock side to side. Okay, now still with eyes closed, swing your feet to the back and then swing forward with momentum. Come raising up and feel your way to the front of your mat with your hands, coming into hands and knees position. Okay, spread your fingers out nice and wide to make a nice base with your hands. Still with eyes closed, curl your toes under, and then raise your hips up while letting your body fold inward, moving into downward dog position. Separate your feet a little more, make your adjustments, lifting the hips high, tuck the chin under, and real slow, let the heels travel downward, slightly turned out. And we'll take a few more breaths in this position. When you have your eyes closed, you're able to notice more things going on with the other senses that you have, including the thoughts that you think. Okay, we're going to swing the heels of your feet out to the right side. Twist on the balls of your feet, bring the heels to the right. You're still in downward dog, still folding inward. Still lengthening out through your whole body and still breathing nice, long, slow, full, complete breaths all the way in and all the way out. And we'll bring the heels of your feet out to the left side. Continue to fold inward. And breathe. Nice, long, slow, full, and complete. Still with eyes closed, move your heels back to center. We're going to come down onto your knees. And carefully sit back towards your heels into the child's pose. From here, slowly raise your body up, dragging your hands to your knees. Come standing on your knees. Lift your head. Raise your arms. Still with eyes closed. Bring your hands down in front. You can travel slow. And then lower your chest. Then your hips as you roll forward, push up. And then sit back to the child's pose again. Let's do that 2 more times. Each time we go further, it'll be a little easier. Slowly raise up, rounding over. Drag your hands to your knees. Lift your head. Raise your arms. Bring your hands down to the floor in front. Lower your chest. Then your hips rolling forward. Inhale, push up. Exhale, sit back to the child's pose. Let's do it 1 more time. Round over and raise up. Drag your hands to your knees. Lift your head. Raise your arms. Bring your hands down in front. Lower your chest. Then your hips roll forward. Inhale, push up. And curl your toes under. Raise your hips back up into the downward dog. From here, you can do partial movements. Keep the arms locked straight. Let's inhale, lower your hips towards the ground. Raise your head up high. Exhale, raise your hips and draw your stomach in. Inhale, lower your hips towards the ground again. Raise your head up high. Exhale, raise your hips, draw your stomach in. 1 more time. Inhale, lower your hips, raise your head up high, and lower your knees down. Reach back through your toes, still with your arms locked straight, still with your head up real high. Turn your head to the left, let the right hip drop in. So this would be upward dog position, but you have the right hip drop down a little further, and you're turning your head to the left. A couple more deep breaths, all the way in, all the way out. Bending, twisting, moving, breathing is so healthy to do for your body every day. Let's turn the head to the right and let the left hip drop down a little further. Continue to lift up and back out of the waist, working with the truth of what your body will allow. And still traveling through life in a different way without the use of your eyes. Okay, we're going to turn the head back to center. Slowly sit back on your heels to the child's pose. And then raise back up to hands and knees position. Let's curl the toes under. Raise your hips to downward dog. Sometimes you don't know what you can do till you're in certain situations in life. Right now, going through a yoga practice without using your eyes. Let's walk the feet forward to the front of your mat. And then real slow, start to raise up, still with eyes closed. And raise your arms high above your head. And then on the exhale, bring your hands to a prayer position in front of your heart. Let's just take a breath or 2 here, standing with your body up nice and tall, still with eyes closed. Okay, we're going to interlace the fingers bring your feet close together. Bend your knees, lowering your hips. And then raise your hands up, still with your fingers interlace. Reach and push up into the ceiling while extending down through the tailbone. A little different doing things with eyes closed. You've done these things before though. It's just a little different with eyes closed. Circle your arms around the back and open your chest, reaching to the back of the room with your fingertips. Shoulders rolled open. Maybe bring the hips down even more. If you do want more challenge, be careful. You can brace the heels against each other and raise your heels off the floor a few inches. And then we're going to fold over, lowering down, travel down out of your waist, bringing your hands to your feet. Inhale, raise your head, flatten your back, come up about halfway. And exhale, fold down. Let's hold the down position a little bit longer. Draw the lower stomach in, extend your hips higher as you travel down just a little further. Okay, place your fingertips down at the front of your mat, one hand on each side, and then step your right foot all the way back and turn it out on an angle. Okay, get your footing. Slowly inhale, raise up with both hands high above your head. And exhale, bring your hands to a prayer position in front of your heart. Let the front of your body twist more to face towards the front of your mat. Slowly bend the left knee and transfer the weight forward. If you want more challenge, raise the left heel and spread your toes wide. And still with eyes closed, lower your left heel. If it was up, raise your arms up. Slowly swing them around the back and interlace your fingers behind your back. And then inhale, push down with your hands, open the chest, lift your heart towards the ceiling, let your head fall back. And then real slow, start to fold over, bringing your face towards your left foot. Let the hands raise up in the back, still with the fingers interlaced, letting the left knee bend. Getting into a deeper lunge, rolling the shoulders open still. And still breathing. Nice, long, slow, full, complete breaths. As we continue our journey through this practice without the use of the eyes, you'll start to find that you adapt to this way of living rather quickly. Okay, we're going to bring the hands to the front of your mat, down in front. One hand on each side. Either get on the ball of the right foot and extend back through the heel, or you can drop your right knee down to modify. We're going to turn and twist and raise the left arm up. So twist to the left, reach high into the ceiling. Let your face towards the ceiling as well. And whether I'm saying it or not, always revert back to breathing nice, long, slow, full, complete breaths. Okay, we're going to bring your left hand to the right side of your mat. Walk your hands to the right, all the way along the edge till you get to the back of your mat. And then turn your left foot out on an angle. Okay, and then real slow, slowly raise up, raising your arms high above your head. Bring your hands into a prayer position in front of your heart. So the front of your body is now facing towards the back of your mat or the back of the room you're in. Then the right knee, transferring the weight forward. And then if you want, raise your right heel and spread your toes wide. And continue to lunge forward. Feel the expansion through your body as you breathe in deep. Feel the relief as you exhale slow. Conscious breathing helps so much while maintaining these positions. Let's lower the right heel, raise your arms up, and then swing them around the back and interlace your fingers. Inhale, push down in the back, open the chest. Let your shoulders roll open, let your head fall back. And then exhale, slowly fold over, traveling with your face towards your right foot while raising your arms in the back. Let your shoulders roll open, bend the right knee, lunging deeper and further. Okay, let's bring your hands to the left side of your mat, and then feel with your hands along the edge. Walk your hands to the left all the way back to the front. Then when you get to the front of your mat, put one hand on each side and step your left foot back and come into a push-up position. Then inhale nice and deep, and on the exhale, lower your body down, roll forward, inhale, push up, and then sit back on your heels to the child's pose. Slowly swing your hips over to the right side, and then raise your hips to the right side at the front, then over to the left, and bring your hips back to the left. Then swing your hips to the right again, forward to the right, over to the left, back to the left. Continue to make nice wide counterclockwise circles with your hips, flowing in nice smooth circles, allowing all the muscles to remain relaxed in your hips, your legs, your back and stomach. Okay, now we're going to go back the opposite way. So you've gone through your life for about 10 minutes now, I think. We don't know, but because we got our eyes closed, but figure maybe around there. And you're adapting, you're finding you can do things without the use of your eyes. People who have limited vision or they are blind, this isn't an everyday thing for them 24 hours a day. And they can do amazing things that you'd never think. Even on one occasion, I watched a movie called On Top of the World, where a kid that lost his sight had a goal of wanting to climb Mount Everest. He had gave up on that when his eyesight went, but then he thought about it and he says, I'm going to try and do it. And it took a little while to prepare for that because he was going to have to now climb with no eyes to use. And he actually did it with a group of people. Okay, back to center. We're going to line up our left hand, the left knee, and the right foot on the left side of your mat. Turn your right foot flat to the floor. Be careful here now. Raise the right arm and reach high into the ceiling. You can stay at that level or put your left foot in front of your right foot and straighten both legs into the side plank, or take your left foot and extend it out away from your mat, reaching out through the toes. And then from whatever level you're working with, let's swirl the right arm around nice and wide and use the full range of motion. Modify in any way if you want to or need to. So there's been very few people who have climbed Mount Everest with the use of their eyes. Can you imagine what that's like without eyesight? Sometimes One wrong step can be the end of your life. Okay, we'll bring it back down to hands and knees position. Now line up your right hand, your right knee, and your left foot on the right side of your mat, and then raise the left arm up. You can stay at that level, or you can put your right foot in front of your left foot, straightening both legs, lifting your hips, or reach off your mat with your right leg. Reach way out to the toes. Let's swirl the left arm around nice and wide from whatever level you're working with. Feel the full range of motion. And we'll bring it back down to hands and knees position. And then inhale, raise your head and tailbone, let your belly drop. Exhale, round your body over like an angry cat. Inhale, raise your head and tailbone. Exhale, round your body over. Inhale, raise your head and tailbone. Exhale, round over. Continue at your own pace, using the breath with the movement, flexing your spine. Full complete breath on the inward, and full complete exhale, emptying the lungs completely. Using the full range of motion each time as well, moving the body with the movements. Still traveling through life without the use of the eyes. Okay, relax. Let's go ahead and come down onto our stomachs. Separate your feet off the mat and extend the left arm straight forward. Separate your legs, roll onto your left side and kick your right leg further out to the side and raise the right arm up. And then inhale, take a full deep breath in. And then real slow on the exhale, allow your body to twist open, reaching out through the fingers of your right hand, taking your time, relaxing in your travel. Remember, when you try and force stretching, a lot of times the body tightens up, so just relax and travel slow. Allowing the body to untangle and unwind itself through the breath and the movements. Being patient while your body's adapting to what you're offering yourself. With eyes closed, you many times can have more awareness to how you feel. And that information can maybe encourage you to adjust your body in different ways so you can breathe better and lengthen further and feel better. And that's what yoga practice is all about, increasing your awareness, joining together with awareness, your total self, utilizing all that you are, all that you have in the most creative ways, enjoying life. Okay, we're going to raise the right arm up slowly and then roll back onto your stomach. And then extend the right arm straight forward. Separate your legs. Still doing everything with eyes closed. Roll onto your right side, take your left leg further out, raise the left arm up, take a nice deep breath in, and then real slow, exhale, twisting open, reaching out through the fingertips of the left hand this time, taking your time. Sometimes it's even fun to experiment with different styles of breathing. You can maybe take 4 seconds to breathe in all the way and then hold it, create some pressure in the body. And then maybe take 5 to 10 seconds long to breathe out slowly. Just like you're letting the air out of a tire. The tire becomes loose and relaxed, so does your body. Remember, when you hold the breath, you hold the tension, keep breathing. Okay, we're going to raise the left arm up slowly. Roll back onto your stomach. And then bring yourself up to hands and knees position. Okay, we're going to grab the front of your mat, still with the eyes closed. You don't need to look to see what you're doing here. Just feel your way to the front, grab the front of your mat, hold it in half towards your knees, and then fold the front of the mat towards your knees again, and then bring your knees onto the more extra padded surface. And then come raising up slowly on your knees, standing on your knees, curl your toes under to raise your heels. Place your left hand on your left hip and raise the right arm straight up. Now continue to reach higher and higher, lifting out of the waist. You can let your head face towards the ceiling as well. If you want to take it further, you can lower your left hand to your left heel or ankle. Continue to reach high in the modified camel position now. And we'll take 4 to 6 breaths in the modified camel position. So in these positions, it's not important how you look. It's important how you feel. Taking the eyesight away on purpose, you might not know exactly how you look right now, and that's great. Nobody else knows that either here. You come to yoga practice, you keep all your attention on yourself, and this is a great practice, a great way to practice yoga without using the eyes. Okay, nice job. We'll lower the right hand down to your right hip. And then raise the left arm up. Reach high into the ceiling, hips forward. Let your face towards the ceiling. If you want to take it further, lower your right hand to your right heel. And continue reaching high, traveling deeper into these body structures. Throughout our whole lives, it's important to bend, twist, move, and breathe on preferably a daily basis in many different ways. The body becomes stagnant when it's not being used. In fact, the reason that yoga was created many, many years ago was to help people lead healthier, happier lives. Philosophers got together and they also realized that if people became more conscious, more awake, more aware, they could make better decisions with their lives. So this practice with yourself, is how you improve on that over and over. Okay, we're going to lower the left hand back down. And then bring your hands down onto the floor. Keep your knees on the extra padded surface. Bring it to hands and knees position. And then from here, step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat and walk your hands to the left until you get about to the middle. Pivot on the right knee. Okay, and then from here, you're at the middle of your mat pretty much with your hands, but you're not on the mat with your hands. Let's raise the left arm up. Reach high into the ceiling, twist open, and then lower your left hand to your left ankle or your foot, and bring your right elbow down onto your mat. Flatten your back, extend back to the tailbone, and then slowly swing your body in towards your left leg. Taking your time, moving slow, easing your way into the situation. You can even bring your mind and your breath right to the areas you can feel you're working with and breathe right through those areas. Make them soft with your mind. Your body feels the most relaxed when you're exhaling, so that's when you can take your positions further. And as always, remember, there is no certain distance you must arrive at. You work with the truth of what your body will allow. You bend, twist, move, and breathe, and the effects occur naturally, opening things up for yourself. Still moving through your life without the use of your eyes. So there is at least one person here tonight who is used to this style of yoga. And it's Nikki right behind me. Right, Nikki?
That's it.
She does every practice like this. And lots of times, she's in the front row, performing the positions, and people look to her to see how it's done. Okay, let's go ahead and raise back up. We're going to walk the hands back to the front, off of your mat at the front. Bring your left knee back to the padded surface at the front. And then step your right foot back and walk your hands to the right to the middle. Pivot on the left knee. And then raise the right arm up. Reach high into the ceiling. And then lower your right hand down to your right ankle or your foot or near there. You can lower your left elbow onto your mat now. Extend back to the tailbone. And then real slow, start to swing your body in towards your right leg. So there's many ways that we actually can see as we go through life, even if we're not using our eyes. We've heard the phrase, well, you just need to see the bigger picture. That's not something that you really necessarily need eyesight for. Sometimes you're just not aware of a different point of view, the bigger picture, sort of say. Okay, nice job. Let's go ahead and walk your hands to the left, back to the front. Bring your right knee back to the padded surface. And let's come standing up on the knees again. We'll do some breath with movement on our knees. So it works like this. You're going to inhale, raise your arms up and lean back a little. On the exhale, fold forward, bend your knees and swing your arms to the back. Inhale, let's raise back up, raise your arms, reach up and back. Exhale, fold forward, swinging your arms to the back. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down, and continue now to raise up and down using the breath with the movements. Always inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Full complete breaths all the way in, all the way out, with full movements. Another variation if you want, you can bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers, and then draw your hands and arms away from your body as you raise up and down, still using the breath with the movements. See if you can make the breath bigger and bigger, using the full lung capacity. Okay, let's go ahead and lower your hands down in front. Step back a little with your knees and straighten your mat out. You don't need the eyes for that. Just feel your way for what you're doing. And bring it back to hands and knees position with the hands at the front of the mat. Curl your toes under and raise your hips up into the air, moving into downward dog. And then walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Then inhale, come raising up. Let's bring both hands high above your head. And exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart. So you know you're at the front of your mat. Take a giant step back with the right foot to the back of your mat. Slowly turn your body to the right so that you're facing towards the right side of the room. Turn your heels out on an angle more. Hands on the hips. Put your hands on your hips. Open the chest. Lift your heart towards the ceiling. Inhale nice and deep. And on the exhale, start to fold forward, reaching out through your face. Draw your lower stomach in as you continue to travel down slowly. And then you can slide your hands down towards your ankles or feet. And continue to get more length out of your waist. Breathing long, slow, full, and complete once again. Okay, nice job. Still with eyes closed. Walk your hands to the left, back to the front. And then drop your right knee down, pull your left foot back. And let's come sitting down on our mats with the feet at the front of the mat. And you can feel with your feet too for where you're at. And use your hands on the sides to know where you're at as well. Okay, sitting tall. Let's bring your left leg off your mat on the left side. Bend your right knee and bring your right foot straight across from your right knee. And then lower your right knee down. Sit real tall, high out of your waist. And then real slow, start to extend your body forward. And then you can walk your hands forward slowly. Maybe you'll end up coming down on your elbows, maybe not. Work with the truth of what your body will allow, not being too anxious to travel too far, too fast, and hurt yourself. You can feel what muscles are coming into play here. We're lengthening out through the hip area, the lower back area. Okay, we're going to raise up slowly and then bring your left leg back on your mat at the front and take your right leg off your mat on the right side. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot straight across from your left knee. Make your adjustments and sit tall, loosen up a little, and then take it slow again, extending your body forward, walking your hands forward, and again, maybe working your way down to your elbows, maybe even coming down on your face. Breathe right through the areas you can feel you're working with. Help yourself out. It all starts with what you think about. What are your intentions? What do you want? Sometimes when we come across tight, tender, or achy areas, we maybe tend to want to avoid those areas to not disturb them and make them hurt worse. But going into those areas in a reasonable way actually can flush out inflammation, which is usually an accumulation of excess fluid and also maybe accumulated toxins or proteins that are trapped. And when you bend, twist, move, and breathe through those areas, even though they may be tight and tender or achy, you're actually helping to flush the inflammation out. And what that does is prior to that, when you do have inflammation, is you have an expanded amount of space between the cells, and that puts pressure on nerves. So by reducing the inflammation, you're helping to take the pressure off the nerves, and so you feel better and function better. Okay, we'll raise up, still going through your practice without the use of your eyes. Let's bring the legs to a regular cross-leg seated position. And we're going to take the left hand and bring it off your mat on the left side. Bring the right hand to your right shoulder, bending your elbow. Bring your right hand onto your right shoulder. And then round over, twist to the left, and bring your right elbow towards your left knee, keeping the right hand on your right shoulder or near there, traveling out of your waist, twisting and extending out to the left. You can even turn the head further to the left and tuck your chin under and lengthen out those neck muscles while you're at it. The practice helps you refresh and renew yourself. Okay, we'll raise up, lifting your right elbow, and then drop your right hand down on the right side off your mat. Bring your left hand to your left shoulder, and then round over to the right, twisting to the right. Bring your left elbow towards your right knee or beyond. Take your time. Turning the head to the right, tucking the chin under. Allow all the muscles in the left side of your back to relax and lengthen further. Okay, let's raise back up and lower the left hand down. Okay, from here, let's put both hands on your shoulders, bending the elbows, both hands, the right hand on the right shoulder, left hand on the left shoulder. Inhale nice and deep, let your head fall back, open the chest. Exhale, round your body over, bring the elbows towards each other. Inhale, raise back up, open the elbows, open the chest, let the head fall back. Exhale, round over again, bring the elbows towards each other. Inhale, let's open up again. Exhale, round over. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round over. Inhale, open up. And exhale, lower your hands down. Still with eyes closed. Let's place the feet flat on the floor in front of you. Bring your hands to the back, just past your hips. Roll your shoulders open, make your adjustments. Let your head fall back if you want. If you want to take it further, raise your hips up. Squeeze your rear end upward. Let your chest open. Make your adjustments. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths in the reverse tabletop pose. And we'll lower the hips back down. Bring it back to a regular cross-leg seated position or something comfortable of your choice. You can place your hands on your knees. Sit real tall, high out of the waist. Turn your head slowly to the left. Still with eyes closed. Continue to twist further and further. It's like you're wringing out a wet washcloth, squeezing all that negative tension out of the neck. Okay, let's inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. The farther you go, the slower you go. Squeezing all that negative tension out of your neck, wringing out your neck. And let's inhale back to center. Exhale, extend your chin high to the ceiling. Reach through your chin, lengthen through your neck and your throat. And let your head come back to center. Okay, let's come down on the back. Draw your knees into your chest and rock side to side, still with eyes closed. From here you can raise your feet up and grab the outside of your feet if you can reach, or behind your knees. Grab behind your knees. Let your knees travel down towards your shoulders. Work with that level, or just raise your legs straight up into the air and lay your arms along your sides. If you want to take it further into the plow position or shoulder stand, then extend your feet to the back, lift your hips and round all the way over. Drive your feet back, make your adjustments. You can stay in the plow position, or you can bring your hands to your back, bend your knees, and raise your feet up into the shoulder stand. Still with eyes closed. Maybe you feel a little more pressure in your head. If you're on blood thinning medications, it's not good to go into the shoulder stand. That might be a little too much pressure. Although you can raise your feet up a little bit while laying on your back. That can help to increase the circulation in your head. Okay, let's go ahead and lower it down. Draw your knees in. And then lower your feet down. I'm going to have to cheat and open my eyes and see how much time we got left here. Okay, we're almost right on time. We're actually running a little bit late here. Let's go ahead and straighten the legs out and turn the palms of your hands upward. Let the palms of your hands face towards the ceiling. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Bend your fingers in as if you're in, make a fist with each hand and squeeze nice and tight. And then bend your wrists to let the knuckles of your fist point towards the ceiling. Tighten your forearms. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and stiffen your arms even more. Point your toes forward, tighten your calves, lock your knees, tighten your thighs. Squeeze your rear end muscles nice and tight. And slowly take a nice deep breath in. And hold your breath and squeeze every last bit of tension out of your body from everywhere. And exhale real slow. Open your fingers and relax. Make the adjustments to get even more comfortable now as we move into the most important part of your yoga practice. The more relaxed, quiet, and still you can remain from this point on, the greater the benefit you'll receive from all that you've done. You have worked really hard with courage, going through life in a different way without the use of your eyes, bending, twisting, moving, breathing. Even though you've done a lot of these positions before, it's different with the eyes. With the eyes closed or no eyesight. Now that you've done that work and you've let go of certain things that were not wanted with the body, mind, and spirit, and you've allowed more of what is wanted to flow freely with you and through you, allow yourself now to drift into the deepest relaxation you've ever known. Let go completely and just be free. Slowly bring your consciousness back to awakening state. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, reconnecting, still with eyes closed. Gently raise one knee up at a time. And then bring both knees up into your chest and rock side to side. And bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Let's inhale, raise both hands high above your head, bringing your hands together. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your heart to thank yourself and acknowledge yourself once again for taking the time out of your life to enhance the quality of your life through yoga practice. And now feeling much more open, peaceful, and free, more like your best self. Have a wonderful day or evening. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, great job, everybody.
Thank you.
Nice practice.
Thank you.
Different way to go through life.
Thank you. What's the third eye doing one?
Yeah.